Wednesday, my dude.
Look at us.
Look
On
at
time.
us. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Punch Up Pod with Lila and Pat. It's Wednesday, my dudes. How is everybody? How are you holding up?
Yeah, how is everybody else? I'm doing all right. Nothing exciting to report. I feel like my mic might be hot because I'm looking at the bar jump into the red. Am I blowing people's ears out? Tell me.
I'm hard of seeing and hard of hearing, so I'm always good with that. But I don't know. We should probably hear from other people, possibly, if anybody has a thought. Thank you, Saul. That's so nice of you to say hello.
You never know with StreamYard, too. I mean, StreamYard wasn't letting me into our own platform before the show started. It's like, oh, our network's too busy. We'll see about it. We're putting together some resources to make it happen.
I had a whole monologue I had planned. No, I'm kidding. I was just going to tap dance for everybody. I was going to do, my Diary of Anne Frank and Agnes of God monologues from when I was little.
Yes, you should do the Bobby whatever joke.
Yes, that kills. That slays. That slays. Yeah, we are having some weird glitchy things, so please bear with us. We will try to persevere. I don't know. They really don't make it easy. Hey there. Hey, Carl. I don't know why Vendejo is always saying the Columbia thing, but hello. I don't know what I didn't watch Sabby last night, so I don't know. I can't promise you that I'm not going to depress you because I feel like that's mostly what I do. But anyway, very happy to see everybody here. It is, I think, all of our political therapy. What democracy? I want to know. It was my very first professional play, actually. I missed the first week of Columbia, my very first week orientation to do my first professional play as Agnes and Agnes of God. And now I want to hear all about your experience also. All right. As a reminder, please, if everyone would please smash that notification bell, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Tell your friends, send the links to your libs. Let's get some libs in here. We need some libs in the chat.
I think libs are feeling it. Like, I think libs are starting to feel it. Zizu says you're a little loud.
I turned it down a little bit. Let me know if I'm closer to reality.
And Splashenberger, what do you mean? You didn't get the notification? Is that what that means? I don't know. You guys, they are definitely trying very hard to suppress everybody. I mean, truly.
Yeah. Still hot.
Still hot?
Joke, or is that a mic joke?
I think you're never going to not be...
I'll never know.
Never not be hot. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is.
Oh, yes, I did see that story. This guy was running around in Philly with a Chucky mask and like chasing joggers and stuff.
Oh, my God.
And this girl, I'm still hot. Jesus, I got to turn down my...
Now I think they're just taking the piss out of you.
I literally got it down to the lowest... Jesus, I can't even think of it. Lowest gain possible. So I don't know what to say. Yeah, but anyway, he was chasing these joggers around, like threatening them and, saying, hey, is today a good day to die? Shit like that.
Oh, my God.
And she was just watching it, and I think she approached him and then just kicked him in the chest, and he ran off. And the news interviewed her about it. She's like, I guess he doesn't know how to fight. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Ballsy. I love her. She's
I love
great.
that. That's awesome. I need to I need to check that out. Anything like that makes me really happy. And actually, I feel like I saw, oh, maybe it's the thing. We'll show it later. All right. Okay. I think this is a great idea for a reality TV show. I want to see all of these fuckers humiliated publicly, and I want it to last a long time. I do not want them put out of their misery. Like, I want them in physical and mental anguish for all to see.
Yeah.
Isn't that lovely?
At the very least, put him in that, what's that, Mr. whatever, the billionaire kid punk, Mr.
Oh, yeah, Beast.
Mr. Beast. Put him in some sort of Mr. Beast-like thing where they, just have to show how they can't fucking fold their own napkin or,
Yeah.
for hours on end, and we get to ridicule these fucking idiots.
I do think it's like if you ever, real billionaires in
there you go.
All of that. Absolutely. I'll look for that clip for tomorrow. Because those are always so satisfying. I think it's just like we all can just
unfortunately there isn't footage of her doing it. She's relaying the story. Unless I missed it. I think it was just her relaying the story. But.
All right. Well, we will look. All right. They're horrible. I hate them. And they hate us. So it's even, and we should never forget it. And I think that the liberals are finally understanding that they aren't part of the club.
Yeah. I think so. Well, and look, AI and tech centers and all that, and Israel, those things have galvanized everyone together on the left, the right, the libs, the center, when you're a lib and you look at your Democrats and you're like, you won't get out of Palestine, even if that's what it takes to stop Trump.
Yeah.
And the data centers, why would you be taking data centers money when we're all so clearly fucking against it?
I mean, unfortunately, it takes feeling like they will be affected by some of the dystopian evil barbarity coming from our ruling class that, obviously millions of people in our country and around the world have been suffering for centuries. But I think it's starting to make sense to them. Yeah. So
tomorrow's Bring a Lib Day. So share the link with one of your lib friends, and we will try not to roast them in the chat. Let's do it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Well, we will definitely. Teresa, you got to stop putting your ideas out there. They're going to steal them. They will. AI is already scrubbing our chat for ideas. Yeah, and then they'll sue us. But that is a really good idea. I love it. It feels like Swimming with Sharks, which I loved. I don't know, did you ever see that? It was in the, I think, early 90s with Kevin Spacey was like a studio boss or a creative executive or something in Hollywood. Yeah. And his assistant takes it all out on him. It was actually, again, so satisfying to see that kind of thing. Or like Elliot Page, before transitioning, one of the first movies was Hard Candy, and like taking it out on the abuser that had accosted them. Those are like sort of satisfying, those movies, Revenge films. Yeah, I'm all about that. For truly evil. We need some vigilante justice films coming back that aren't right-wing propaganda. Like that evil shit movie I shared. Yep. Anyway, should we? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Should we cheers? We're gonna cheers. Okay. This is cheers. We've shown a different clip of this man before. He is an engineer. They call him the rubble engineer, Taser Obaid, on how to cool tents in Gaza before Israel continues bombing them. But this man is just truly inspirational.
لك انه هذه العصايه نزلت درجه الحراره داخل الخيمه 10 درجات بتصدق؟ يا اخوان لا مكيف ولا كهرباء ولا اي جهاز. كل هالتجربة هذه كانت النتيجة.
The focus on
Beautiful.
education and ingenuity. I mean, so that went from what 42.5 Celsius to 33. I mean,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Did you see there's also a guy who came up with a new device that you can put over any small fire, like we're not talking a big fire, just a little Bunsen burner or anything. And it could produce enough electricity to charge devices, you know? So like he was trying to get them into Palestine and they won't let him. So.
Well, I don't know. We have, Jared Kushner out there saying that he's been talking to Hamas, and then he quickly, shifts to say that he talked to Netanyahu. And of course, Israel's going to be allowed to finish the job because you don't want terrorists in there. And who is the Eunice? Oh gosh, she is a constitutional lawyer, and she is Palestinian American, talking about how in Israel you see people with bumper stickers, buttons, signs, finish the job.
Yeah.
Finish the job. Janine, thank you.
It's just openly fucking scumbags.
Finish the job.
Yeah.
Fucking disgusting. Okay. Oh, my mic is low. Is that what everybody else is hearing also?
Who knows these days with this site, but like for me, the video plays like 10 times louder than you coming through to me.
All right.
I don't know.
I just don't even know what
We
to
can't
do,
get this
guys.
straight here.
Thanks. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Okay, David says you sound good, so maybe
right.
not.
Good.
Maybe it's my end.
I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. Thank you, Bendejo. Seen the news of Japan dollar. I mean, we tried to get in there and rescue the yen for us, for ourselves, not out of any magnanimous gesture. We're not going to be able to do this, like artificially keep gas. And thank you so much for your super chat. Keep gas artificially at low prices and stave off global economic depression, not even recession. It just feels like right now everybody has their head in the sand. It's the same way with COVID, with climate, with our economy.
Yeah. Well, and we're being so punitive to all the nations that could help ease this for us, that why would they want to work with us when other countries are offering better and are not genocidal maniacs dragging them into war everywhere around the world? It's like our bullying tactics aren't working anymore, is what's happening. At the same time, our nation's in massive economic decline.
Yeah, our bullying tactics aren't working, but that's all we know how to do.
Right.
I mean, when is the last time we had true diplomacy? And as much as, Barack Obama was a war criminal and started 5 new wars in his 2 terms, he also, got us into the JPCOA. And there is just, even just like looking back at, I just think of all the liberals who in Trump's first regime were like, oh, it makes me miss George W. And you think, wait, would you look at Iraq, look at Afghanistan, where we destroyed the country, spent $2 trillion, and 20 years later, the Taliban are right back.
We killed 1 million people for a war they didn't start. I mean, that should just be...
all of it. So
come on.
We have not, when have we had diplomacy? What is our diplomacy? It's gone. It's amazing to me that nobody has fought to encourage that in our country. And the truth is, just like people maybe thought that the U.S. was doing Israel a favor by allowing it free reign and not putting any guardrails on, and now it's, they're taking down a lot of people with them. But this is the end of I think, the Zionist experiment, even if it takes, way too long for the final ashes to be totally blown out. But the same is true with the US. Like, it's not good to have one global hegemon. We've destroyed everybody, like, we've destroyed the world around us. So it's really important to have a multipolar staging, but that necessitates true democracy, diplomacy, right? And I don't know that we have anybody who's read a book or knows the history of the places where they are stationed to be the diplomats, actually. You can't just, chat GPT it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, AI is going to rewrite history. So, that part of it is interesting.
Yeah. It really is. As another company, I think it was Anthropic, the good guys, was just discovered to be taking rare books, scanning them. I can't find
destroying them.
And destroying them. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, 1 second. Sorry. I thought I had set it all up so I could click it easily. Give me a second here. All the different gizmos I got to do. Okay, here we go. Wheel time. Okay. Let's see what the whole streak is going to be today. All right, I'm going to. All right. Lols.
Bring the lols.
Bring the lols.
Which one are we going to go with?
What do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. Let's go with Jeffrey Asmus on AI.
I love watching your TikTok, which is next level. Clearly, that's expressed by my 13-year-old son.
No! Please, no! I thought AI would be good. I thought it would be good for a while. I was like, oh, maybe they'll cure cancer. Maybe they'll solve climate change. Instead, it's just, here's a video of Martin Luther King rapping wet-ass pussy or whatever. Whoa, a video of Genghis Khan asking for consent. Whoa. I think AI art is the saddest thing in all of human history. I think if you use or create AI art, I mean this sincerely, I think you should kill yourself. You're a traitor to the human spirit. You're a traitor to humanity. You're not using your brain anymore. You might as well blow it all over the wall. And then I'd be like, hey, look, you didn't need AI to make art. The art was in here all along.
A little dark.
I mean, there's nothing really good about anything that's happening, but I will say that I think humor's back. Comedy's back. Revolutionary music coming back. I think revolutionary spirit coming back. I think people realize that the parade protests are not sufficient.
They are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into it. So, which thing are we starting with? I guess we should start. I mean, this is so ridiculous and pretty much nothing has changed, but this is a president of the United States, leader of the free world, lol, Donald J. Trump, saying the new U.S. territory, Strait of Hormuz. Which is funny because actually not at all. Nothing's really coming in or out. Iran does not, the MOU expired 2 days ago, but we never adhered to any of it anyway. Iran has now said that they are including Palestine in the negotiations. And this is the things that they are requiring before they'll even come to the table, right? Like, they have control of the Strait of Hormuz, no more threatening war, no more bombing. Lebanon, Yemen, Syria, obviously Iran, nowhere in Palestine. I mean, that's never going to happen. Definitely not with this president. But the goal seems to be to wait until either the midterms or until the next presidential election. It's a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be, look, in the big picture, this has to happen. This is how freedom actually gets to Palestine. honestly, and in peace on earth, which is not really going to happen in my lifetime. But like calming down tension in the Middle East is going to require us suffering in the U.S. But ultimately, it's bad for us here as well, because what's going to happen is now the Republicans are the clear bad guys in this, because this will all be pinned on Trump, even though Democrats have been there the whole way through,
Of course.
which makes it more likely that the Democrats sweep, which then takes our lib friends back to it ain't so bad anymore.
And then,
We're gonna give them
Netanyahu
time.
right.
Give them
Yeah.
time.
They just got in. What are they supposed to do? He's not the Green Lantern.
Yeah, the worse the Republicans are, the worse the Democrats get to be. That's
Exactly.
kind of how it plays out in this country.
Yeah. So the other thing that they're going to do, and they've been setting this up all along, is talking about Netanyahu's government, Netanyahu's Israel,
Right.
where we have, Ben Gvir saying you have to kill 30 to 40 Palestinians every day, where they have a death penalty for Palestinians, where the settler terrorists are just destroying whole villages in the West Bank, where Gaza continues to be bombed and even formula isn't allowed in. They have disease. I mean, like, all of this is happening with a majority support of Israelis, 80%. So it's not obviously just Netanyahu's government. And so far, the Democratic leadership is completely complicit in the genocidal behavior. So yeah, I think it's really worrisome, which means, like, who does Iran actually end up negotiating with? And also, like, why do other countries, like, why are there second tier sanctions? Like, who are we to be able to say, like, we're going to sanction Cuba, we're going to steal Venezuela's gold and oil, and sanctions on Iran, and then everybody else just falls in line? What the fuck? Like, that's where I don't understand the whole BRICS idea. Like, what is going on? I mean, obviously, India is with Israel, whatever, but like with Brazil, with Russia, with China, like, why aren't they leveraging some of their power?
I mean, I still say it comes back to, like, we're on the decline. We're not doing anything to change that. As we decline, they go up. So they're just,
Okay, but like, why not, like, break the siege? Do your own Chinese flotilla. Like, this is what we're doing. We cannot fathom that this continues another day.
Yeah, I mean, that we may get to that point, I think.
But really,
but that point is very far down the line, because we're suffering through this more than everyone else, right?
No, wait, I don't know what you mean.
Well, the economic hit, the effect of our power in the world is getting diminished rapidly through all this.
But like Asia's having a much harder time, not China, but like Taiwan, Japan, with the economic crisis that's happening. We're pretty shielded. I mean, the global South, like, I don't understand why these enormous global powers aren't standing up to the US when they see what a shit show we are. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I just really think it's because our power is declining rapidly through all this. And so why do anything to change that dynamic? I'm looking at it just as a superpower. You're playing Risk or something. Right, no, I hear you. But like, how would that, the whole world is on the side of Palestinians. So like, if China said, no, this is something, like, we can't abide this anymore. We should have spoken up, 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, but let's say they do that, right?
Right.
So then we get more in line with how the world wants us to be, which helps our relations with other countries in the world, which then stops our rapid decline or slows it.
Right.
So that's...
I don't know if it would. But I mean, maybe that's how they're thinking. But I don't know. It's like, we've been saying it's unbearable for 3 years and we're not even living through it. I cannot imagine, and nobody is helping them. And we all see what's happening, and we still have people on TV lying. Like, we pulled a clip, there were the primaries yesterday, and unfortunately Oliver Larkin lost to Jared Moskowitz. He had a great interview on a local Florida channel where wait, did we end up getting rid of it? I can't even remember. But yeah, actually, let's just show this because this, again, like we are almost to the end of a third year of a genocide widely accepted by the whole world, diagnosed as a genocide. And this lady can still, it's the gaslighting feels so light, but I cannot believe these people have jobs. It's insane.
Israel is committing a genocide in
That's
Gaza.
incorrect. That is factually incorrect.
It has
That's
been regarded
propaganda.
by the United Nations and Amnesty International and even Israeli human rights organizations, including B'Tselem. There's
The
a number
definition of genocide in the UN has said this, does not apply to what many people might think as a disproportionate wartime action. That's what that is in many people's minds. Genocide is a very specific thing. Actually, genocide being committed against Jewish people, not by Israel. And that's just a fact.
I mean, the United Nations recently in Geneva found that the IDF had deliberately targeted women and children. There's been famine conditions imposed over the Gaza Strip by the blockading of aid entering the Strip. There's been indiscriminate bombing of hospitals, of mosques, of churches, of...
Again, I'm going to have to stop you as that is factually not correct. But I hear you talking about something very important to a lot of people, and certainly who think that way. But as a congressman, and I'm being told we have to wrap, but as a congressman for District 25, I'm hoping your viewers will be able to hear you flesh that out a little more.
That makes me violent. I mean, it's like the third time I've watched it, but like, oh, that is just a fact. Like, you know, like it's not a fact. Your facts are fucked up. You're preaching Hasbara.
Yeah. What did she say? That's she didn't say slander, but basically only Jews can be genocided.
Yeah.
Well, he stood his ground.
And she's like, you know, I know that kind of works with your people saying that kind of stuff is what she's walking around. But no, we're the informed people, which is 80% of the world sees it for what it is.
I mean, yeah, I would say probably even more, but yeah, it's actually insane. And, you know, I wish we could take some lessons from Florida and, you know, we're about to talk about Angie Nixon's big win out of the blue, actually. But unfortunately, Oliver Larkin lost to genocide supporter Jared Moskowitz, Moskowitz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Elijah Manley lost to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who like benefited from the redistricting and putting herself in like a majority Black community district. And how does she win? Like it just blows me away. So I wish I could feel positive overall, but like I am thrilled that Angie Nixon won. She's great, I think, from what I've seen. Really. All right. Well, yeah, we'll get into it. Do you want to? Should we continue with Israel and then go to that, or do you want to just go to Florida right now, since that's kind of what we're talking about?
Florida.
All right.
Less depressing.
Okay, so let's just start. Unfortunately, this was announced. You know, and of course, you know, Politico and all of the mainstream rags were like, oh, you know, easily handled, push from the left. Jared Moskowitz, you know, is won his primary. However, this is Angie Nixon beating Alexander Vindman, who was a resistance lib hero, who was one of the, you know, heroes of the Trump impeachment in his first regime. And she trounced him and was outspent like 16-1. Her fundraising, he had $16.3 million. She had under $1 million. And she did not buy one paid advertisement on TV.
Yeah. She ran a good campaign. It's a good lesson in how to win. You know, she was known for going through the Congress there with the bullhorn and raising hell and, you know, getting some media moments, which is important if you're an outsider.
It is. So this, she was a state representative. This is her back in April talking about the redistricting with her bullhorn.
I will not allow you to destroy our democracy. This is a violation of the Constitution. It is. It's a violation of the Constitution. I'm out of order because y'all are doing illegal things to the state of Georgia. It is out of order. It is out of order.
Okay, so, a lot of people are highlighting that and saying, look, that's the fighter we need. This, to me, is more important. This was in November of 2023.
We are at 10,000 dead Palestinians. How many will be enough? One of my colleagues just said all of them. Wow. One of my colleagues said all of them. One of my colleagues also stated that this is going to dry up their fundraising if we vote on this resolution. I also want that, that's what we've become in this state. That's what we've become in this state, where we don't care about innocent babies that don't even get the opportunity to blow out their first birthday candle.
I mean, that was November of 2023. So
10,000 too, just think of where we are right now.
Apparently they say 20, which is ridiculous. 20,000.
No, we're at
How do they keep
300,000.
But children, they're still we've stayed at the exact same 70,000 people and 20,000. It's absurd and disgusting that they keep doing that. But that is, she's 100% correct. But there was nobody. There was not Ro Khanna, not AOC, not at Massey. Nobody was talking about that 2.5 years ago, right? Right, a month after. So I appreciate that. It was also, I think, the fact that Vindman was so arrogant, did not show up to debates. So, this was a picture from one of the debates or town halls that they were supposed to have together. I don't know why my graphics aren't working. Yeah. Another day, another event where my opponent stood up a community. I am willing to meet with all Floridians. My opponent is not. You deserve a U.S. senator that will show up. Where's Vindman? And there's an empty chair sitting there.
Anyone in any campaign, I don't care if you're on the left. If you are too cowardly to debate, you should lose automatically. It should be a requirement. It should be a mandatory X number of debates. And then when you're in office, it should be X number of community gatherings or, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous to Nancy Pelosi, for example, how long, when was the last time she had to debate?
I mean, come on. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm derailing us, but it just angers me, the arrogance of not debating and getting votes from people. You're not even putting your policies. There's no topic. There's no public voice in this situation. It's
so funny too, because so many people want to mirror what Mamdani does and do videos and. Remember when they were still running against each other when Cuomo pretended to fix a guy's car? Do you remember? It's oh yeah, you're a real man of the people. But the thing is, if you actually believe in what you're talking about and you want to take care of the people, you go meet them wherever they are. Any chance that you get to talk about your policies. I don't know a single one of his policies except being, a pro-Israel, anti-Muslim, arrogant piece of shit, basically, right? This was, this is from Qasim Rashid is talking about Vindman going on Andy Ostray's pod in 2025, okay? And he says, There is an inherent trained racism against the Jewish people in the Muslim communities. It is encouraged. It is nurtured. It is something that is not discussed. There are plenty of, kind of more open-minded liberal Muslims so it doesn't apply to everybody by any means. But in large communities, it is nurtured. This hatred and anti-Semitism, it's not something that I've seen addressed in any significant way.
And of course, the opposite is true.
I mean, it's a disgusting thing to say about a group of people. Any generalization that is so racist like that. And by the way, I know that I say a lot about Israeli citizens. That is different. I'm talking about citizens of a country who poll after poll are talking about the policy of apartheid and genocide that 80% of them, at least at a minimum, are proponents of. I'm not talking about Jewish people, Muslims, Black people, Chinese. Like, that is a crazy statement to make.
Yeah, and it's indefensible, but he doesn't have to defend it. Thanks, democracy.
Thanks, democracy. Yeah. And nobody calls him out on it. Right? Randy Fine talks about Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and Mamdani just last week. Puts out this tweet. This was 8/16. What's today? The 19th. 3 days ago. Jihadi Mamdani does not belong as mayor of New York City. He needs to be denaturalized and sent back home to Uganda. I've had enough of his garbage. Sitting congressman, right? I didn't hear any pushback.
Yeah, but these clowns don't even know what makes him jihadist, right? They can't explain anything he's done in New York City other than some bullshit that Fox News and OAN and all these networks on the right try to cook up, but there's nothing real in any of it.
Nothing real. And also, they'll say that he's a jihadist and, oh my God, we're going to have Sharia law. And then they'll say, oh, look what his wife is wearing, that short skirt.
Right.
I mean, seriously. But Randy Fine was running against an anti-genocide, completely anti-Semitic, Jew-hating piece of shit. This is Dan Bilzerian's ad. Randy Fine won yesterday, but Dan Bilzerian, who was running against him, put this ad out.
Randy Fine wants you to die for Israel. The fat Jew, oh the fat Jew has got poison to sell. He laughed about innocent children dying. If he opens his mouth, you know he's lying. What kind of psychopath wants to watch kids die? Well, they're just goyim cattle to him. That's why. Jewish supremacist, Satan's creepy little minions. Should we revisit that Austrian painter's opinions? Why does stop raping kids sound so contrarian? Our society's lost. We need Dan Bilzerian. Not 1 cent from AIPAC, Dan isn't a slave. You always know how Fat Randy will behave. He'll spend every penny on sending Tel Aviv arms. Floridians to him are just useful tax farms. Why does stop raping kids sound so contrarian? Our society's lost. We need Dan Bilzerian. We need America only and Israel never. Fat Jew Randy needs tar and feather. Keep that con out the door. He's a satanic whore. Put a veteran Throw out Shylock and all his tricks. Oh, why does stop raping kids sound so contrarian? Our society's lost. We need Dan Bilzerian.
Okay. So, like, disgusting, right?
I mean, look, so many points here. First off, AI.
Yeah.
AI should not be allowed in political ads. That should be just the most obvious thing to ban that, because you're putting out a false image, and some people are going to go, "Oh, is he a trans supporter because he's wearing the skirt?" Right. And it's just whatever. But the fat Jew, like that's a slur. Like you can't. That part
and then the Hitler,
needs
we
to
need
just
to call the Hitler. Like, come on. Like, he is a disgusting, Jew-hating, racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he's using the genocide of Palestinians to promote his very narrow version of the people he wants to, have belong in his circle, right?
And Randy Fine is a complete scumbag. Like, this was a lose-lose election right here.
But, okay, so here's the thing. To disgusting. No problem saying that, right? Yes, he right now is doing the anti-genocide thing, but like to refer to Hitler like that's somebody we should bring back because of the Jew problem, that's disgusting. And those are not people who are going to help us come out on the other side of the disaster that we're in right now with Zionism and capitalism. But the fact that where Hakeem Jeffries right away comes out to say the hateful campaign being run by Daniel Bilzerian in Florida is blatantly anti-Semitic and shocks the conscience. People of goodwill, regardless of political affiliation, must reject his vile attacks on the Jewish community. This cannot and will not stand. Where was he for his fellow Democrats, by the way, sitting in Congress when Randy Fine was, blood libeling them as jihadi, Muslims?
Well, then it's a big tent. It's a big tent for that kind of talk.
It's a big tent for Republican Islamophobes. Yeah, I mean, I do not think that you're gonna figure out a way to end genocide and truly create a project of self-dignity and self-liberation by invoking Hitler and calling one side the dirty Jews.
No, and it's just, we have to have some compass of what's our morality stands for, just because you can't just start going, Jewish people bad. Like, we all get this. It's just, this is the problem with people on the left who agree with an issue someone from the right says, and then just like, well, he's a truth teller.
Exactly. Yeah. But, this is, they're, talking about it. ABC News, politicians and elected officials from both parties are denouncing the onslaught of anti-Semitic postings, including posts directed at Jewish Republican representing Randy Fine by Dan Bilzerian, who's challenging Fine, whatever. Okay, both parties. This is Yashar Ali, another lib, So now libs are going to be standing up for Randy Fine as if he's not also a modern day Nazi, which he is. It's just the group he's targeting is Muslims, right? Moments ago, horrible man Congressman Randy Fine was beating literal neo-Nazi Dan Bilzerian by only 497 points. There was this weird thing where at one point they looked like they were almost tied. And then the vote count updated and it was like 3-1 margin. But Randy Fine is also disgusting. So why aren't any of these people speaking out? And by the way, Israel right now, was this today or yesterday? I mean, we've seen them do a million horrific things. They've invoked, Goebbels and Hitler in the way they want to treat Palestinians. They are now putting numbers on the Palestinians whom they're holding hostage in their torture dungeons. We all know what that is reminiscent of, right? I mean, in addition to the amputations and the rapes and the, contest to see who can shoot this little boy in which area today, or the contest to see how many kids can be forced to have amputations, or, we all recognize that Israel right now is the new Nazis. That's what they are. We know that. We talk about it all the time. But you don't fight that with another Nazi. That's not the way you fight. I just don't think that's how you fight it.
No.
Anyway, it's pretty
it's a
bleak.
mess.
Pretty bleak. And then you have Vindman also doing that, right? Like talking about Muslims being, in some particular way hateful.
Yeah, well, and it goes to the right. I mean, to the left. They're portraying Hassan Piker as this evil, vile criminal on the left, this scumbag, and that's racism. They're doing the racism against the growing wing of their own party.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the first things that Angie Nixon was asked about today.
That was wild. That was
Gayle
wild.
King. Thanks, Oprah. Thanks, Oprah. I mean, it's so embarrassing. Like, what are you doing? Hassan Piker is not racist.
Yeah, but they had a hit piece set up against Angie Nixon, who I don't even love, honestly. I think she's been weak since she won in her interviews. She's like, I don't support defund the police, and she's differentiating herself from DSA a little bit.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that. I heard her say okay.
Do not like it. Now, she goes a little bit into explaining the positions that she supports instead of just leaving it just a flat, like I'm not supporting defund the police. But it's pretty fucking weak sauce, centristy, kind of like safe left stuff.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't know
Whatever.
that.
I can sort of forgive it. Whatever. But the point is, Gayle King had her on, and they had queued up all this footage of Hassan Piker to try to smear her for her associations with Piker, which just do not exist. So embarrassing.
It was
Let's
epic.
show it.
You've campaigned with Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, Mr. Piker. Do you want to see them on the campaign trail with you as well?
So I have not campaigned with Mr. Piker. Not sure where that information came from. I have campaigned with Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. And so she is someone who wants the same things that I want, to make sure that government is working for people and not against it. And so I'll continue to do the same thing. But I have not campaigned with Mr. Piker at all. Not sure where that came from.
All right. My apologies. I thought that you had. My apologies about that. Would you want him to campaign with you?
I don't really know who Mr. Piker is. I've heard about him, and so
you don't know who he is?
I said I don't really know who he is personally or anything like that. I am actually focused on Florida and making sure that I'm talking to voters here to uplift their needs and their concerns, and so that's what my focus is going to be over the next 76 days.
It's just.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised she didn't say, but do you condemn Hassan Piker?
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, I wish she had said, he seems great. Like, I love all the people he's campaigning with. Where is that solidarity, right?
Yeah. Come on.
I did hear her say that she does not support for-profit private prisons. But in the interview I heard, she wasn't asked specifically defund the police. But yeah, Oprah has brought us so many horrible people. Bestie. Anyway,
Gayle King we're talking about. Yeah,
Gayle King. Yeah. The other thing just that was really ugly was Alexander Vindman's wife put out this tweet. I mean, they're just like disgusting people. If your campaign events with less than 20 people devolve into you making personal attacks on your opponent, you're a shitty human. I know you're checking my page, and yes, I'm talking about you, but I won't say your name because you're not worth it. Also, buy some professional clothes for the love of everything. That includes shoes.
Just, hey,
Lovely.
it's, you want to make it class war? Make it class war. Make it me in my Harbor Freight hat. If I'm a real podcaster, I wouldn't have a Harbor Freight hat. Like, I mean,
$16 million and he lost.
Yeah. What does that tell you? So she should have bought some new clothes. Well, people don't care about the clothes because, you're a politician. It's the policies and people are hurting and you're on the wrong side of all of those issues. And to be so out of touch to put that clothing quip in there, it's just like
girl, yeah.
Yeah, you read the room.
Yeah, really, really gross. When everybody even is talking in a fake way, but talking about affordability, right? And he's so arrogant and so sure he was going to just blow this out. It's not even from Florida. He moved down here. His twin brother is in Virginia. His twin brother, who, by the way, votes to the right of most Democrats, 73% of the time. But anyway, Vindman appeared to be confident that he was on pace for a win in Florida, so much so that he had a fundraiser scheduled for this Sunday in Nantucket as he prepared for a costly general election. That general election will now happen without him. Feels very Hillary.
Yeah. Bye, bitch.
Bye. That said, it stinks because I wish I could say, yes. I'm really happy that Vindman's out. The fact that Moskowitz and Debbie Wasserman Schultz are still in just feels like such a huge injustice. But yeah.
It feels like a little check-in for the left because, look, Oliver Larkin was great. He's a great candidate. Yeah. He holds all the right positions. We had him on, which tells you all you need to know. But he's very good. He's great with the press, and he had some mainstream moments recently, right before the election. But they all came too late, and the left rallied behind him all too late. And did Bernie endorse him? Bernie didn't endorse him, but he got a lot of our revolution related, kind of endorsements at the end. Did AOC? I don't know.
No, I don't think, or maybe that's Angie Nixon. They didn't endorse Angie Nixon for sure.
Yeah, but my point is all of that came the week before the election, right? And if all this comes 3 months before the election, everyone collectively nationwide can start supporting his campaign because they're like, oh, we got a leftist we can get behind who could win. Not like, oh, I like this guy. I just heard about him a week before the election. Because even if you threw him $1 million, it's not going to change his campaign a week before the election. So we got to get on it earlier and pick our crew earlier.
They are cowards. They're not going to do that.
Yep.
They didn't do it with, with Hong either, Francesca Hong, which they should have. Socialist, just support her. I don't care if she has baggage. Everybody has baggage. Show me one person who has no baggage. They're gonna find baggage. Is she mostly good? But the truth was, I guess what they were worried about was that she would win the primary and then lose the general, and that would reflect badly. The other thing that's a possibility, and this is an enormous. Oh, did she really? Angie Nixon condemned the Palestinian armed resistance, which is allowed according to international law. What?
It was probably the October 7th thing, is what you're saying.
No, I'm sure. But we just showed a clip at the beginning of the show, Sunny, I think it may have been right before you came on, of her in November of 2023 introducing a resolution for a ceasefire in the Florida State Senate. That's really disappointing. That's really disappointing. Okay, but this is a crazy scandal. So it happened, it was shown here in Los Angeles, but now it seems that it probably spread out. This was last week, I think. Karen Bass cites a poll. So she's running for mayor, and her opposition is Nithya Raman, who is kind of DSA light-ish, So Median Strategies was created. Okay, so she pushes this poll that says Karen Bass widens the lead in Los Angeles mayoral race. She has 50% to Nithya Raman's 39%. Okay. The company that did that poll, Median Strategies Polling, is now discontinued. Median Strategies has concluded its polling project and will not publish additional polls. All previously published polling releases have been withdrawn and should not be cited or treated as genuine polling data. Median Strategies was created as a short-term social experiment examining how purported polling information could enter and spread through the political information ecosystem without independent verification. Thank you for your understanding.
Thank you for not, showing up outside of our building and chopping our heads off.
I mean, right?
And like, oh, no, they're getting out ahead of the story. Oh, no, we're satire. We're satire. Oh, I meant in Minecraft. That was a polling in Minecraft. Like
polling in Minecraft. Exactly. Because apparently they were also one of the polling firms, projects, whatever they call themselves, who did
for
one
Wing.
of the Angie, for
Hong.
Francesca Hong. Yeah.
Hong. Yeah.
I mean, that is scandalous. And also seems to be, David Dane had a good piece in the American Prospect today, that it was like a push pull or a pump and dump kind of situation, right, so that people could go in the betting markets and bet against the purported, like, everybody was saying Francesca Hong's 20 points up. She's going to run away with it. You make your quick however much money saying no, she might lose or come in, not 20 points ahead, but like within a percentage. And all of a sudden you've made a few $100,000, tens of thousands, who knows? And then you're out.
Right. Yeah. And you can just manipulate a poll. I mean, if there's no standard whatsoever in the polling and there's no regulation or oversight or whatsoever, I can put out a poll and tell 20 of my friends, hey, the poll's going to drop at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Get in there and vote.
Yep.
And then we'll close the polling before it's even advertised to anybody and get numbers, whatever I want.
Yeah. Or you don't even, if that's your project, you don't even actually need to poll anybody. You just put out whatever the hell you want to put out, because it's an experiment. It's a social experiment.
It's a social experiment.
It's just
lying to people and affecting an election. Oh, look, it did work. The social experiment cost the progressive the race. Okay, good to know.
Social experiment.
We'll chalk that up.
Should we spin before we get back to a couple other?
Yes.
You always say
even our law was too short. I need more joy. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Somebody said, I think Mud of Genius or somebody, I don't know, in there said that we're harsh and they're mellow. So we gotta bring it up a little bit. Oh, there we go.
Puppets.
Puppets.
Yes.
I know we have one from Truth, but Truth wrote earlier to say not feeling well. So I don't even know. I don't think we should do a different one. And
okay. Do you know which one was hers? I don't know which one was hers.
It's the Pups with Attitude. So any other of them.
All right, let's switch it up and go with hamsters, the forgotten animal.
Đi干嘛？
Oh my God, whose dad is this?
He asked me to keep it safe.
What was happening at the end?
I don't know. Little too genital-y for me.
It's kind of crazy. Also, I don't know about having the hamster eat out of your actual plate.
That wouldn't faze me.
No.
You're more of a germaphobe.
I know.
I don't care. Like I feel like all right. I'm gonna throw some bonus wheel and get some music because we need a little energy.
We have a few good ones. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you get
no. Go ahead. I love it. Do it. I'm not. Do it. I'm pouring more wine. I'm finishing.
This is the Pomegranates.
That is why the man said this revolution will be telepathic.
I like it.
Just a little music.
Yeah.
Good for the soul.
I love it. All right. So I know we're bebopping all over the place, and I just want to make sure that we don't miss anything else. Did I not put up that hamster thing got me thinking about that GOP guy who just got caught, Caruso. I'll pull it up in just a second. Okay. Who was that? Who was that you just showed?
Oh, the Pomegranates.
Was it
Oh.
Did you already take it out? I don't want to delete it.
The music, the band?
No, did you already take out the did you already remove it? I was about to remove something, and I think I was about to remove
yeah, I did remove it.
The pomegranates. They were named the Pomegranates. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this I think is also interesting and should be called out. Not that I really care about if Democrats win, because look what they've never accomplished. So who the hell cares? But I do think as we have some people who are either DSA or DSA adjacent who are talking about Medicare for all, a living wage that correlates to inflation or cost of living, and the end to giving any arms or funding to Israel. I think that those are, three solid policies that while a person might not be my perfect candidate, who cares? Nobody's going to be perfect, but whatever, right? So you have Abdul El-Sayed out there. And as a reminder, Michael LaRosa, who was Jill Biden's, I think, press secretary, has said that he won't vote for Abdul El-Sayed. He will support the genocidal Republican Rogers instead. So here he is on CNN, and a caller calls in, which I think is probably indicative of what most Democrats are feeling.
What kind of a Democratic strategist are you? I mean, you come on a national show and you say that a must-win state like Michigan has an unfit candidate in El-Sayed for Senate. And I can see you saying that maybe in the run-up. I didn't vote for Saeed. I voted for Stevens. And it's okay. You could have promoted her as well. But now that we're down to the general, and are you trying to get Democrats not to vote for him? You can have your own personal views, which is fine, if you don't like El-Sayed and others. But as a Democratic strategist coming on a national program, I think that's totally unacceptable, and I think that you're doing a disservice. What do you say about that?
Hey, Stanley, before we talk to Michael, you said you did not vote for Abdul El-Sayed. Will you support him in the general election?
Yes, I most certainly will, which is the reason I'm calling, as I'm calling on the Democratic line. He is not DSA. People try to put him off as DSA. He says he's not DSA. The DSA did not endorse him. And even if he was, I don't understand Michael coming on and doing that. Yeah,
Great. Let's get an answer from Michael LaRosa.
Well, I've never supported a Republican in my life for the Senate, for the White House, for Congress. And I don't live in Michigan, so, I mean, my opinion really doesn't matter that much. But I could never support El Sayed for a couple of reasons. One, there's certain things that do transcend politics, that do transcend parties. And that's okay. That's what I was saying. Vote blue no matter who. The problem with that is who still matters. At least it matters to me. And I just come from a time when I watched people jumping out of windows on 9/11, 70 miles from when the towers were falling and burning for 3 months. We could smell it from where I was from in Pennsylvania because of how the wind blew. It's personal to me.
Like, do we have to? What's wrong with these people? Truly. Because first of all,
openly fucking racist.
Because he's going to keep saying this is stemming from Hassan Piker, who was campaigning with Abdul El-Sayed, saying that the U.S. deserved 9/11 for blowback. But like, so did so did Robert Kagan a week ago.
Yeah. All right. I know I didn't upload this earlier, but it fits this so well that we're going to do another song. Sorry, Lila. You must endure.
No, I need
more music. Here we go.
Vote blue no matter who. The problem with that is I watched people jumping out of windows on 9/11. I could never support El Sayed. I could never support El Sayed.
Michael LaRosa, you're a racist. Dissing El Sayed off no fucking basis. You call yourself a Democratic strategist. You are the reason Democrats keep losing races. Michael LaRosa, you're a racist. You are lower than the dirt on my laces. El Sayed was just a kid on 9/11. You are playing in all of our faces. Michael LaRosa, you're a worm. We know you're employed by a Trump lobbying firm, and your boss helped Trump get a second term. I'm convinced you just want to see the world burn. Michael LaRosa, you're a coward. Anything for a little money and some power. How dare you bring up the towers? Looking at your face and I need a shower. Michael LaRosa, you're a racist. Dissing El Sayed off no fucking basis. You call yourself a Democratic strategist. You are the reason Democrats keep losing races.
That's awesome. What a despicable person. And again, day in, day out, he was hanging out with Jill Biden, part of the Biden regime. So that's who they brought into the White House.
Yes. And that's the important part. The racism is on both sides. It's just, openly racist is a little more a Republican thing.
Yeah, although watching Alexander Vindman, resistance hero, lib hero, it's on both sides, clearly. I mean, look at what we always used to talk about with Biden and the crime bill. I mean, how many tens of thousands of people in the Black and brown community were put in cages for something like a tenth as bad as his own son did?
And for Joe Biden to run on undoing all the things Joe Biden was behind is really like the peak. Like, oh, you're going to undo that. Oh, aren't you the one? I mean, every evil legislation that came out of Washington while Democrats were in power had Biden's name on it.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a racist.
Or he claimed he was behind it even when he was out of office. Like, the Patriot Act that was me. I really wrote the Patriot Act.
I wrote the crime bill against desegregation. No, disgusting. Yeah, I mean, I know you don't even have to scratch. It's just all out there in the open. I mean, Joe Biden was so racist that they picked him to be the vice president for Obama to appeal to the racist white people, to make Obama go down more smoothly. Just, the corn pop. Yeah, I mean, everything. Joe Biden's a horrific horrific person, disgusting, who, by the way, on top of all of his racism, all of his, not being able to discharge student debt, all of that also started a genocide. So like disgusting. And the cops funded the cops, the private prisons. By the way, and we're going to talk a little bit about Big Bend, and it's horrible what Trump is doing with climate and the EPA. But Biden went around is like the nice lib way of saying broke 26 EPA laws to continue building Trump's wall. That's Biden. So yeah.
All of those, a single one of those laws could have been a justification to not build the wall any further.
Exactly. So it is certainly on both sides. And, listen, we talk about this all the time, but, the white liberal that Malcolm X and MLK Jr. talked about, it is so sinister because they pretend they're on the side of the most marginalized people. And then Barack Obama funds the DHS 3,500% times what they were funded under George W. Bush. Deporter in chief, right? Like, it is sinister.
It is. And that's the fight we will always have with our libs. Because they will agree with us on all these policies, but then see the kind guy out there, and what are you going to do?
Yep. All right. Let's continue with the GOP. So, I think this is a felony, but will they arrest a sitting member of Congress who just won
the mail?
Who just won the primary? Here is Randy Fine caught on a homeowner's Ring camera looking through the homeowner's mail. So he's canvassing. This was before the elections yesterday.
Absolutely wild.
Also, like the least incognito person, right? He's fairly recognizable. Whatever. Anyway, he's just, he's going to go through this person's mail. Who do you think you are? I don't even really understand why he's doing it. Right? Like, what are you doing? Just to see if the name matches or something? I don't know. Crazy.
Whatever his excuse is, it's probably like he's going to say, I was looking for a flyer of my opponents to see if they'd gotten, or something. But you can't go through someone's mail. Like, it's a clear violation. The arrogance, the stupidity, both those things should say, oh, I can't vote for that guy.
And he's also probably somebody who is pro-flock, pro-AI, pro-data center, everything right-wing and surveillance state. So he must have some idea that he's going to be seen somewhere. Arrest him. Like, get him, go. Federal crime, go. Bye. Like, he's a fucking disgusting Islamophobe, genocide-supporting, right-wing piece of shit who now committed a felony. Bye. Like, what are we doing? Where are the Democrats?
Yeah, you should go on full attack mode right now.
Like, if you actually think that these people are as dangerous as I think they are, then anything they do. Like, why is that allowed? Who's talking about it? Nobody, nothing. And instead, we have John Ossoff out there positioned now to be, you can tell because all the pod boys and everything, like, he's going to be the person. Yeah, they love him. He's great. The way he's such, they're doing the same thing they did about Beto. Like, he's smart. He's JFK-esque. He's whatever. But mostly now when he's talking, it's about Trump. And then he puts in little digs about Natalie.
Netanyahu.
It's Netanyahu's Israel, whatever. But also, like, what are his policies more affordable?
He's the model for still supporting Israel as a Democrat.
Yeah.
Because all of his rhetoric is just getting rid of Netanyahu.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the other thing is if El Sayed did that, if they had ring camera of El Sayed on the porch, forget it. Forget it. Wait a second. He was in the IDF? Sorry, but are there no, like, I guess you're just 18 and you have to serve no matter what? Hard to believe. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to, but he's just so disgusting. Just disgusting. All right. I'm just trying to think if we go to, we don't need to hear a 2-minute John Ossoff speech, right? I just think bringing up the Natalie Harp thing, long time, rumored.
The human typewriter.
The human printer of Trump,
human printer, yes.
Right, who is also heavily rumored to be having an affair with him, right? So, like, for John Ossoff to bring her up specifically, as opposed to, Trump left the press gaggle and other members of his cabinet on a decoy plane. Like, that's something to bring up. But then, like, the personal digs when he's also not really running on any policies. It's all like, expand healthcare, make it more like, yeah.
Well, you're not running against Trump, you fucking idiots. You're not running against Trump.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This, though, is incredible. I just saw Natalie Harp typing out truths for Trump. This was part of Art of the Surge, which was Tucker Carlson's documentary about Trump in 2024.
Yeah.
And again, like, just nobody ever should think that Tucker isn't still part of this whole right-wing Republican Peter Thiel outfit. Like, as much as he wants to claim independence, that's not what's happening.
Oh, too many. Thank you.
It's about 20.
That must be 35.
Traveling from India to California with an unshakable dream to be the scientist.
How many people are watching?
Can we tell how many, Dan? How many people are watching?
She's talking about how great San Francisco was before she destroyed it. A lot of talk about childhood. We've got to get to the border, inflation, and crime.
He's not proposing a single policy, not one policy.
Ours' biography won't lower your prices at the grocery store.
Or at the pump.
Out there putting veterans out on the street, so
33,000 homeless veterans. Okay, say these out. The things of which she complains. The things of which she complains.
In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man.
Oh. You hear that, Phil? It's great, right? Ready? These prosecutions were all started by her and Biden against their political opponent. Me. Get that out right away.
Have of caravans heading to the border, people showing up to the border with Biden-Harris t-shirts. Everything we have of people swarming the border.
She paid bail for rioters in the Minnesota Freedom Fund.
She paid and raised bail. She paid bail to get the violent rioters in Minnesota out of jail.
Tim Walz let Minnesota burn. Kamala Harris burned out the walls, lit the matches.
Put it in there. Put it right in with the stuff, right?
With that post, yeah.
Yeah. Good. You could do it either that or separate.
say more lies, lying about the Project 2025.
Oh, lying against Project 25, which she knows, and so do all Democrats, that I have absolutely nothing to do with.
She says we all know what a second term will look like. We can say yes, no inflation, secure borders, the best economy in the history of the world, and peace.
She said chart a new way forward. Is it turning a new way?
Chart a new way forward.
She's done nothing but harm.
Honestly, I just cannot believe these are the people running the world. They are so empty and soulless. And what are they taught? Watching Kamala on the TV saying her stupidity, and then him figuring out how to have her type his tweet. And it's like.
Well, and they just lowered the bar for all of humanity because, it's so ridiculously the movie Idiocracy in our faces of just like, did I just watch that? Is this really happening? Oh my God, fucking 200,000 more things just like untenable that our politicians are doing this. So it's so easy for Democrats to win now against this stuff. I mean, they try to fuck it up.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like they could really fuck it up. If they run AOC, forget it. Or Gavin Newsom. Who are they? Pete? John Ossoff? I mean, possibly John Ossoff, because he at least speaks well on his feet and has a look. And
yeah,
I feel like he might go further. Like, because
I'm with you at this point. At this point, I think Ossoff is the guy that they're going to get behind the most.
Yeah.
But it's still
God
early.
help us all. I mean, it's really vile. Okay, just so we can finish off the Republicans, this is insane. So Mike Caruso, from Florida, Jen, poor Jen has to be the Florida representative.
Florida
but
defender.
You're not in Florida anymore. Mike Caruso, one of DeSantis's closest allies in the state legislature, he is appointed as Palm Beach County's clerk of courts and comptroller last year, has been arrested on child sex abuse charges. I read this. It's horrifying. Apparently molested 2 generations of family members, his daughter and his grandson. And in this, and it's probably too small to read, but because I read it before. So the claim is, during the period charged, Caruso enjoyed regular and unsupervised access to victim by virtue of his position as a family member, including periods alone with the child in Orange County, in Palm Beach County, and aboard a family vacation in August 2025. On or about October 22nd, 2025, victim's father observed victim engaging in sexualized behavior with victim's younger brother. Specifically observed victim place his testicles and penis upon the face of his younger brother. He immediately intervened, and victim said that when on a family cruise in the summer, his grandfather, Caruso, placed his pee-pee in his mouth and peed, and it was very nasty. Victim also further disclosed that he showered with Caruso. And it goes on and on. It's horrifying. And
big
this
tent,
is the guy. It's a big tent. Yeah. This is the guy who is the co-author of Florida's IHRA anti-Semitism censorship bill signed by Ron DeSantis in Israel in 2023 with DeSantis and Randy Fine. Went to Israel to sign the Florida anti-Semitism bill.
And I'm sorry, look at every time I hear about these kind of things, I think, okay, Israel had the dirt on him.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that's where this infusion of tech and a lot of it does go back to Mossad agents and the dirt that they have on our politicians.
Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right. And then they know, worst comes to worst, they can escape to Israel. Israel's a haven for pedophiles. I mean, truly, it's where all the pedophiles go. Like the guy in Nevada, Las Vegas, who was part of a sting operation, was soliciting. He was here. He was like the tech guy, the AI tech guy from Israel in Las Vegas for a convention. This was last year. I mean, we talked about it, and now I can't remember his name, but was part of a sting operation where he was soliciting teenagers for sex. And Israel got him out right away.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's do a timeline cleanse so that we don't all just despair
all right.
forever. And I need
it's got to land on Lego, or Myra's going to be upset. So let's give her a Lego. Come on, Will.
Right,
I mean, we got it.
We can do one of each. We need a lot of palate cleansing.
Yeah, we'll give you a Lego after this. How's that?
Sounds good.
Let's go with travel cats. Oh, David sent this in.
Yes.
David, thank you. David NYC.
And we'll give because of the Michael Jackson song.
And I will then say to thee, you are my friend. Like you are my brother. Love me like a mother. Will you be there?
Fair use.
Fair use for our new show. So cute, and I wish we had two cats, Buddha and Stanley, for 13, 14 years when we first were together, Josh and I. And I wish I'd known to take, because we got them when they were 6 weeks old or something, to take them outside regularly at the very beginning to kind of get them used to that, because it's really hard to do if you don't.
Right. My outdoor cat, Pablo, he would be a cat that would go on a walk with me because he'll follow me around.
Yeah.
He definitely will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we do Stinky Donnie, since we just had to see him with his paramour, Natalie Harp.
Send it.
Stinky Donnie, back in your diaper. Shit yourself again? Whole room gagging, little man stinking. Bad boy, you need that spanking. Who's the boss? It ain't the vote. Who's the boss? Follow the note. 8-pack, 50 states to Tel Aviv. No cash, no quote. BB never paid a dime. He just squeezed the throat. United slaves of the Holy Land. Merge the forces like Bibi planned. Now your general salute a foreign command. And the Senate says relax, it's fine, it's planned. Fine. No war ever fought for your own gate. Always somebody else's hate. Free America, the people chanted loud. Cut the strings, burn the foreign shroud. 3 in the morning, he's posting cartoons of himself, a king in the Cape, man. That's a cry for help, delete it, dog. Whenever released, the files trends to its peak. The loudest mouth alive goes suddenly meek. BB pulls the string and the puppets rehearse. Vance, Rubio, Hexit, all lined up to serve. Say G, grins at the lens like he owns the whole turf. United Slaves of Israel, printed on a shirt. Stinky Donnie, back in your diaper, shit yourself again? Whole room gagging, little man stinking. Bad boy, you need that spanking. 2 old men, same stink, same disease. One holds the leash, one drops to his knees. A wanted man is handing your officers commands. He belongs in the cell next to the one with bloody hands. War criminals, say the real word. They killed the kids killed. Janu said complicated and kept the lid. They keep saying Iran 2 weeks from the bomb. Now your own people screaming, build it, stay strong. They ain't screaming for another front. They're screaming, free us from the stunt. They want the schools, the beds, the pay, not another Bibi holiday. Who's the boss? It ain't the vote. Who's the boss? Follow the note. 8-pack, 50 states to Tel Aviv. No cash, no quote. Bibi never paid a dime. He just squeezed the throat.
Good.
I hope he does see this, because obviously little Rubio claimed that he's never seen those awful Lego movies, Lego clips. But
yeah, he brought them up himself too.
Yeah. Why would
to
you
mention
do
that he
rookie move, total rookie move, right?
Yeah, I can't wait until eventually we're going to get a Republican version of them or something. It won't be Legos, but it'll be so close, and it'll be like some sort of spin.
They've done
back.
Minions ones I've seen. They're horrible. I've seen a few that they've tried, but they're really bad. They're really bad. All right, just as we are continuing on, the disgusting Republicans, this was Trump. Okay, so because Trump has destroyed the world with help from other people, but like just is furthering the destruction. We now have such a depleted supply of an arsenal of our weapons, military weapons, that Trump is reducing his military exercises with our great friend, South Korea, because the truth is he also loves North Korea. He put this post-truth whatever out a couple days ago. Based on my very good relationship with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, I am not happy with the fact that the United States has long ago agreed to participate in joint military exercises with South Korea. These exercises are not only costly, with much of these costs paid for by the United States of America, as usual, but send a signal that is totally inappropriate and hostile to a country that, as long as Donald J. Trump has been president, has been unthreatening and respectful. Therefore, and based on the fact that it is too late to cancel, I have instructed Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to substantially reduce the joint military exercises. While somewhat unrelated, oh my God, I recently asked the president of South Korea if they would like to join us in the denuclearization of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and they said, no thanks. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Now, obviously, I think we are all for less war, more peace, more diplomacy, all of that, but also our allies who have paid us money to have our military bases all over the world expect some sort of protection when they are feeling threatened. And Trump has shown that the U.S. has absolutely no intention of protecting anybody ever. We see the Gulf countries, their protection was that they were first hit by Iran. I mean, deservedly so, but the U.S. military bases there. Now we're trying to move some of our arsenal out of, or, our ships and everything out of Asia towards the Middle East. I mean, it's a complete disaster. And just the way corporate media always does. Why are you being so soft on North Korea? Why are you being so soft on your, in your demands or in your negotiations with Iran? You're a big loser. You're going to just taco, chicken out, like all that kind of stuff, right? Which, part of the things are true. Like, it is important to say that we've slaughtered thousands of people for absolutely no reason at all, except for to appease Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel. That's important to say, but also, stop goading him in to more hostilities, right?
Yeah, that's what the Democratic strategy is. Let's call him a pussy for wanting peace and say that he's a disaster in navigating the war. The people want out of this war. They don't want to say he's not doing it well. We don't want to be involved in any of this.
Yeah.
And Trump
go ahead.
Well, Trump he looks so weak with this attack on South Korea anyway. It's like he's losing the fight with Iran. So he looks and he's like, who's Iran's friends? Not that they're Iran's friends, but it's it's the equivalent of losing a fight with someone and then going, oh, there's a little kid over there I could punch. Or something.
Instead of just this is truly stop occupying other countries. And obviously this didn't start with Trump, right? But how about take those wins? I want him to taco out. I want him to pull, leave our bases, get out of the Middle East. What are we doing? We're destroying, get out of the global South. Look what we're doing. Venezuela, Cuba, Ecuador, Nicaragua, get us out of all of those places. 800 bases around the world. We're just occupying the world.
Yeah. No, I don't mind us leaving NATO if that's what's really going to happen.
Yeah.
Good. That's good for us. But your motivation for doing it is all screwed up.
And because he doesn't have any real justification except, holy shit, I fucked up so badly, and nobody, in addition to all the immediate deaths from our bombings and Israel's bombings, we are causing economic catastrophes that the domino effect, the downstream effect of what's already been put in place, even if everything stopped today, which, by the way, we have no power over stopping anything at all anymore. But Iran's not entering any kind of ceasefire with us, right? So we have started this horrific escalation of despair that's going to be felt around the world. And he has no way to justify it. He just says, oh, they can't have nukes. But meanwhile, he's fine with the nukes in North Korea, which fine, great. I don't want nuclear proliferation. I wish we didn't have any of these weapons. But like, there's no reason that North Korea, US, only country ever to have used nuclear weapons, and Israel and Russia should have nukes, but Iran shouldn't. Like, that just, it doesn't make any sense. He can't justify that except for calling them terrorists. So here he is being asked about his relationship with Kim Jong-un.
Mr. President,
to scale back on those.
Quiet. You're very disrespectful in front of this young man. Okay? Don't you find her disrespectful? He understands. Quiet. Who are you with?
I'm with CNN.
Fake news.
I just
You're
wanted to
fake
follow
news.
up on the South Korea question.
You're a loud, boisterous person. You're fake news.
I was
Be
trying
quiet.
to find out if
Be
you had
quiet.
been talking
Be
to
quiet.
Kim Jong-un, if he had asked you
You're a
to
fake
scale back
reporter, and you
on
report
those
fake
military
news. Go
exercises.
ahead.
Well, it was certainly not an unreasonable question to ask. Did North Korea's brutal dictator somehow talk the President of the United States into acting against the interests of a longtime democratically governed ally, South Korea?
I mean, why doesn't any other pretend journalist in that room show any solidarity? You know, and obviously she's not being treated as badly as Sam Husseini was when he was dragged out of Blinken's press conference and given a concussion and nobody said a word. But like, I mean,
yeah,
just get up and walk away. Like, you're not going to get anything from him anyway. I don't know.
But even CNN, you know, like, they would rather have that clip than him answering them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They really would, because it's just like, this is sensational. That's their whole fucking shtick.
Yeah. Jim Acosta can say how horrible he is to journalists, but not say a mumbling word about the 300 Palestinian journalists who've been slaughtered by Israel.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. That is kind of it on that. We do have an embarrassment of Darlene Graham, but like, you know, saying that she's stepping in to take over for her brother, and she was part of a debate yesterday, just embarrassed herself. I mean, but like, I do think the fact that Dan Quayle was just lambasted forever for not being able to spell potatoes, which good. Like, you should be able to spell potatoes, I think, probably, if you want to be a heartbeat away from the most powerful position in the world. Like, there's some, and it was just another illustration of how sort of.
But how times have changed.
I mean, so this lady is running for the Senate, and here's how she responds to a question about national security.
National security question as well. Senator, are Taiwan and the South China Sea national security issues for the United States? If so, why?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Are Taiwan and the South China Sea national security issues for the United States, and if so, why or how?
I'm just going to be honest here. I'm not on national security. I'm not that informed on national security, but I do support the military. My brother was in the Air Force for 33 years, so I will do everything I can to support the military. My dad was in the Army. I'm not a polished politician up here. National security is not my thing, not my area of expertise, but I do support the military.
Congressman, I'll give you a chance to respond, and I'm sure he recognizes that.
Taiwan's a definite ally,
And, we have a trading relationship with them that is beneficial to the United States, chips being one of them, and others. So what the president is doing right is he's enabling Taiwan to defend themselves against China. But it's peace through strength that he's showing with Iran that China, Russia, others are looking at it so that they don't want to deal with America, and that's why they haven't attacked Taiwan. If they had some weak Democrat in office like Biden or another Obama, yeah, they'd take it over. But we can't let that happen. We got to take a strong, a peace through strength is working.
I mean, Biden was just in office. They didn't attack Taiwan, so that's bullshit.
When was the last time that they attacked Taiwan? AOC hopes that she runs against Darlene.
Well, all I could think when Darlene was responding is like, she's being honest AOC with her answer. Like, that's how AOC should answer. I mean, she could answer it that way because she doesn't know shit about foreign policy.
Like, don't be weird about this, you guys, but I'm going to just inject myself right now so we don't have to talk about what's going on. Yeah, it's I feel like these people who are making decisions that affect the whole world should have to know just like a little bit more.
Well, but the reality is she'll have all the people around her telling her to go to war, to keep building bombs, to give the military more money. And that's the important part of the question that she answered. She's like, I support our military. So that's endless budget for whatever thing you can tell me is worth it, because I don't know shit about it.
It's, that was something that Abdul El-Sayed also, when he was asked about Ukraine's, like, arming Ukraine. And he gave the absolute typical liberal response. Yes. Yeah. Ukraine has a right to self-defense. Everybody should know there are videos. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't want to derail us, but can I just say he's really running a shit campaign in the last few weeks to me.
All like hype,
it's a disaster. And the only reason he's pulling ahead is because his opponent is so bad. Yeah. I mean, but like it's not a model for how leftists should run anymore. It fell off the rails in that respect to me big time in the last few weeks.
Just stick with the policies.
Yeah.
Just stick with policies. And also you have to have some people on your side, in your corner, who he doesn't say he is a leftist, but you should have a better handle on why we kept pushing NATO up to the Russian border and what's happening now and how it's all sort of part and parcel of our bigger war on China and wanting to be the sole provider of oil, and like all of those things, the complexities should enter in so you have some kind of informed decision, because just endless war and destroying humanity. I mean, we're watching, again, this is every day. There are videos like this. In this one, actually, this actually has like a slightly positive end, but it will all start again tomorrow. Another man trying to be kidnapped by, NATO, Ukrainian, neo-Nazi, whoever, off the streets in Ukraine. So they actually saved him, but it's terrifying. And, we know that Zelensky is a corrupt coke addict being completely run by these far right Nazis who now have U.S. weapons and who are like killing people in Russia. They're actually shooting deep into Russia, right? So like, if you don't have any kind of idea about what led up to February 2022 when Russia invaded, if you don't know that even the 2 months before that, Zelensky was trying to strike a deal with Putin. And the US wouldn't allow it to happen. If you don't know that, Putin has been trying to get into NATO for decades, if you think NATO is a defensive alliance, like all of these sort of liberal fantasy ideas of the US as some benevolent democracy spreader, the fact that we have people like AOC and Abdul El-Sayed still spewing out the same idiocy is really worrisome because they don't have a full analysis of what's happening.
No, it's just like with Palestine, like it all started on October 7th for them.
Yep, exactly.
Ukraine started when Russia crossed the borders. There's no deeper history needed. Well, if you look deeper, Zelensky, this new hero, was hated by his own fucking people. He was named in the Panama Papers for sheltering accounts offshore.
Yep.
He was going to get charged for corruption charges and shit. And so, of course, then, it makes this allegiance and following whatever the fucking USA plan is easier for him to do because he gets to remain in power, which he has done. I mean, it's very similar to Netanyahu. It's like, we got the dirt on both of you guys.
Yep. What's also so crazy that I think they don't realize is that even in the comparison, the comparison of the right to self-defense, if you are just kind of not even going into the history, if you say that Ukraine has a right to self-defense, then what you're like, and who invades them and who's trying to dominate over them, all of that kind of stuff, that would be then corresponding to Palestine, right? But they don't even do that.
And seeing all that all happen real time, I think a lot of people did follow some of this stuff. Although our lib friends are super Ukraine still, right?
Oh yeah, that the Russia
we can't get them off the
shit
Ukraine.
Really worked.
They've been brainwashed like crazy. But to see the State Department's hypocrisy when challenged with those questions, like from Sam Hussein himself, who's now running for office, amazing guy. I hope he wins.
Yeah.
Let's get behind him now, not like a week before the election, please. But the State Department, all that hypocrisy was brought up to them. Like, you're saying they have a right to defend themselves, but Palestinians don't. It's just in everyone's face. There's no stability to our foreign policy other than we're colonialists and we're going to be economic hitmen around the world. And our agenda, international law only applies to our allies when we want.
Yeah.
It applies to our enemies, excuse me.
Yeah, there's no ideological integrity or consistency at all. And it has nothing to do with protecting Ukrainians, clearly. I mean, there are some estimates that, 1 million Ukrainians have been killed. For what? They voted in Zelensky because they wanted peace.
And this outcome was predicted by us, who don't know foreign policy well enough to be in office, but we knew this would be the outcome of Ukraine.
Since the 80s. That you and I, sorry, yes.
Yeah,
you and,
personally, you and I, like,
Yeah. But like,
I mean,
what's it, Brezhnev, Zabrensky, Mika Zabrensky's father, like even right wingers, they knew that expanding NATO and pushing it up to the border is going to cause war with Russia. Like, other countries have the right to have security concerns.
Yeah, and not just these outsiders, the military themselves. I forget all the reports that were released, but they knew all this shit was inevitable. They knew the outcome would be where we are today.
Yes. Yep. I mean, and yeah, Israel is attacking Turkey in Syria. Turkey is a NATO country. I don't know.
Well, they think that's why they want out of UN, because then we don't have to defend Turkey
out of NATO,
anymore.
yeah.
I mean, NATO, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. What a disaster. I mean, truly just disaster every which way. Okay. Let's spin, and then we'll come back to some ICE testimonies that are horrifying. And yes, Myra, you're absolutely right. Just really quickly, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, they're not protecting Ukrainians. Ukraine, in addition to being like slaughtering almost a million people, we don't even know, and all the lies from mainstream media. Oh, you know, Ukraine's winning. It's just this summer surge. But the corruption, the, you know, shutting down of opposition, of media. We're trying to get on somebody from World Socialist website because, you know, another imprisoned leftist opponent to their policies is imprisoned, a journalist in Ukraine. They killed another journalist who died there, who was American in 2023. I can't remember his name right now. He's an independent journalist and he was killed. Russia, the Russian language has been prohibited. They killed tens of thousands of their own citizens, ethnic Russians, but their own citizens in a civil war before Russia actually entered. So, like, the U.S. doesn't care about Ukrainian liberty. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
And the biggest ecological terrorism, which is the
Nord Stream pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ukraine is more complicated and nuanced, you know, honestly, that there's a lot to understand with what got us here. Unlike, to me, Palestine and Israel. There's a lot more to it. But, you know, they're not the good guys either. And the only defense really to put forward to defending Ukraine at all is you broke it, you own it. Like, you know, it's our war that we started in Ukraine, not theirs. But that's not a good reason either. I'm just saying.
Well, that's the whole point, because now all of the mercenaries and all of their big business people can get in there and get their big contracts. And, you know, that's.
Yep.
And yes, thank you, Piano Man. Gonzalo Lira. That's exactly right. Oh my God. Okay. That's the other thing, is that, like, the West canceled everything Russian, even like studying Dostoevsky or listening to a concert where they were performing Tchaikovsky, or like everything canceled, not allowed in Olympics or games or whatever, just canceled. Pianists, performers, all canceled. And also weren't even invited to the commemoration of D-Day or the end of World War II. I mean, like,
yeah, and
we're just going to rewrite history.
We're all back in it, the Israelis in our sports and the Olympics and whatnot, and the Russians, you know, they can play, but they can't back the war. I mean, it's such a weird, we're just such an evil, hypocritical nation, and the whole world knows it. And now, in the last few years, I think at least half of America knows it.
Absolutely. I hope so. I agree. And unfortunately, nobody who is a leader listens to the people. You played Rachmaninoff's third piano concerto, which is such an amazing accomplishment in itself. That's incredible. And I'm sorry that you were canceled from playing it. I want to hear your performance. That's amazing.
Send us an RMI. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And I'm sorry that you were canceled, but that's amazing. Yes, it was Russia that defeated Hitler. I mean, people don't even know that anymore. They don't even know. It's just gross. Okay. Are we spinning?
Yeah. When you say Russia defeated Hitler, I'm just hearing that lady with the local news network. No, that's a fact, Lila. We defeated Hitler. That's just a fact.
That's just propaganda.
Just a fact.
It was the U.S. The U.S. are the good guys. The U.S. are the good guys. Don't you know? Okay, here we go.
All right, Wheel Gods, what do you got for us?
Gotta empty my glass before I fill it. Here I go. Okay, 1 second. Oh, okay.
There she is.
All right. I almost licked the top of the bottle. But I can't do that in public. Okay, wait a second. Okay. There we go. We need a little Rachmaninoff. Okay, let's see what we have. We have,
You pick it. You pick it.
Have you heard?
That is why the man said this revolution will be telepathic.
Have you heard the news today? The bombs are dropped, the swamp is drained, America is finally getting saved. 11 million off of Medicaid, temperatures rise like interest rates, build Auschwitz in the Everglades and sold merch at the front gate. They're starving, sick and sleep deprived, but they don't look like you or I. Guess empathy don't cross state lines in the great US of A. The flag's got no more blue or white. They sold the stars, we all wear stripes. No need to read between the lines when there's blood spilled on the page. Never again means not today. You gave the man your eyes so you could sleep at night, but you still hear their cries. You can't outrun this shame. This land was yours and mine till they bled it dry. History won't be kind to those who turn the other way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can you hear them crying? And will you still be silent?
That was really
Great,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
I love her. Earth to Eve. That's the only one it just popped up for me. I thought that was really beautiful.
It was, and I especially appreciate just how all genres of music, there's protest songs about what's happening now.
Yeah.
Like in a big way, like big way.
Yeah.
Like our country is not happy with the state of our government right now.
Well, that brings us to, geez. I mean, these are really, really hard to watch, but we were talking about it and just feel like, but I don't know what to do about it, but we should at least know what is happening. So we have a few different videos. This is women from the Diamondback Correctional Facility in Watonga, Oklahoma, I think. Oklahoma. Okay.
Wanted to participate again to tell you about a very important issue, especially for us women. You know, here they actually give us these used uniforms and even some used underwear. We have had too many infections, vaginal infections, too many infections, almost all of us here, because the underwear they give us is used. They don't have underwear or uniforms here that are suitable for us. Everything is in deplorable conditions. The shoes are falling apart at the seams, and honestly, to be quite frank, the underwear looks like it's been used. So what for? These are all part of and each one of the difficult things that these people here make us live through and endure. Well, with all that in mind, there is much more to say, but we will conclude our discussion with this point. I truly hope that we can be taken into account given all the situations. And we are making this video because we have carefully read the regulations and nothing at all in those regulations is being complied with. Thank you very much for your time. Done. I think that is everything, so I'm done.
Okay. So why are these people being locked up and treated this way and being permitted to, and where are our representatives? Where, you know, I saw Zainab write something about AOC in all white.
The fence.
Yeah, crying at the fence. That was 8 years ago.
Yeah, 8 years ago. And what Zaina was saying, if you missed it, was that she doesn't know whose decision it was, but AOC showed up there, took the picture, and didn't actually meet with people and didn't come to some of the stuff behind it. And, you know, where you been? Disprove it, AOC. Like, that was your big PR moment, was the picture in front of the fence. And what are you doing right now?
I mean, truly, the hell are you doing? Like, I honestly, the fact that she is giving herself injections on national TV and not correlating it to, look what I get to do when we see what the US and Israel have done to women and babies in Palestine. The IVF center that was completely obliterated with all the hopes and dreams and, you know, possibilities with it. The children, the babies whose mothers can't produce milk and Israel doesn't allow formula in. You know, if you're gonna do a dumb stunt like that, then at least use it. Like, look at the joy I get to have and the planning I get to do in the comfort of our empire. And look what we do. Like, that's how you could use that moment if you need to do, you know, a thirsty Instagram post.
And if you want to separate them out, fine. But what are you doing for fucking ICE to stop ICE right now? You're not running for office. You're in power. You are a congresswoman.
Like, what's the point of being in Congress? Truly.
So the fence was woke one, is what you're saying. Woke one that you're no longer a part of was that, caring about detention centers?
To care.
Right.
And police brutality. Like, so that's too woke. We're not going to care about cops killing black and brown people on the streets or kidnapping people off the streets. That was woke one.
And look, abolish ICE is so much easier than, you know, abolish the police or abolish prisons or defund the police. Abolish ICE. ICE didn't exist not that long ago. You could just say, let's return to normal immigration policy. Yeah. I mean, it's not hard.
More judges, more people in the bureaucracy so we can file paperwork and process these claims faster.
But even look, it's not just saying the catchphrase, it's that you have a platform. And if your platform is just going to be, you know, yes, as a woman, you know, you're highlighting in vitro, the choices women make between work and, you know, yes, I get all that, right? It doesn't necessarily relate to me, but I can appreciate you doing that. But use your platform also to fucking scream about the thing that got you elected, what you use as a huge photo op. Like, get out there every day and talk to people about why we should be abolishing ICE. Like, do something about it. Don't just...
I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things that she could be screaming about.
Yeah. I mean, all take the case of one family that's been disrupted through all this and highlight them on your show, on your video. Do that once. Can you do that once? That's a thing. I just thought of that right now. That's not fucking genius.
Yeah. I mean, if you thought.
I mean, if I thought of it right now, come on.
Yeah. All right. So this goes on a long time, so we're going to share it and kind of maybe... wait a second. 1 second. Okay. And then the other thing that's a little weird about it, is that the right way? I'm trying to do the...
Yeah, it's fine.
Setup. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm trying one more thing. Nope. All right. I'm just going to go here. Right?
Just do it. I'll fix it.
All right.
Just do it live, Lila. Fuck it. Just do it live.
So the weird thing about this is it's dubbed over, but everybody, as far as I could tell, is speaking Spanish. So the mouths look a little weird because they kind of made it match. But I did also watch the one in Spanish. So like it was initially done in their native tongues, just so you know, because some of it feels a little weird. Okay. This is, let me just remind myself where this was from. Sorry, give me 1 second. I think this is in Louisiana I think it's in Louisiana. I will check, but okay, here we go.
Louisiana ICE Processing Center in Basile. There is all kinds of unfair discrimination here, not just in the GEO Center, but also in ICE. They bring us from different states supposedly to fight our case, but it's really just to spend money here and lose. Most of the women who are detained here don't know where our children are because they take them away from us and don't give us any information. They bring us here, and there are people who spend more than 15 months here and then get deported even after winning their case. The staff expose detainees' information so that they can be trafficked. The staff are having relationships with the detainees. Here, they are forcing detainees to work for $1 for more than 6 hours. They refuse to give us medication, and if we don't defend ourselves, they threaten to take away all our privileges, our communication, and put us in the moon. We have the case of a woman who was not given proper socks, and because of that, they had to amputate 4 of her toes, and she doesn't even know why her toes were cut off. Give the case to Mrs. Brisa from Mexico. Another case is a woman from Ecuador named Nancy, who was 3 months pregnant, miscarried in her bed, and did not receive any kind of medical attention. We also have Kelly, a Venezuelan woman who only has 1 kidney, and the kidney she has left is suffering from renal failure. The water we have to drink is tap water. We also have the case of a Cuban woman who won her case and has been here for more than 10 months, but DHS appealed and now she has to stay even longer. We have no information. People who have been deported and have been waiting more than 3 months for deportation, and we are also not eligible for bond. Why do we have to be here? There are many cases of women like mine, where I am a mother who left my 5-month-old daughter when I called the police on my husband because he was hitting me. And even though I was the victim, I was the one who got arrested. And here there are many more like me who are separated from our children, who have no communication with our children. I am already deported, and yet I have been here for 3 months in this detention center, where we experience discrimination from the officers, where when we go to eat, and since we don't speak the language, they tell us they don't speak Spanish. And when God's laws say that if we don't know the language, we have the right to an interpreter, but instead they mock us. In the dining hall, they don't let us eat properly during our allotted time because we arrive, and after 5 minutes, they're already making us leave and go back to our rooms. We have no voice. That's why we're making this complaint, so that you can be our voice and know what's happening here at the Louisiana Center.
They give us cleaning supplies.
They don't give us cleaning supplies. There is poor hygiene here. There are pests, diseases like a lot of colds and scabies. There's a Cuban girl here who has gone to the medical office several times, and they don't tell her what's wrong, but it's scabies. That's because of the mattresses, because there's no cleaning, no hygiene, and no products to clean things. And now, because of these complaints we're making, we're supposed to have our tablets taken away, our means of communication. That's why I ask you to be our voice. And if we can't communicate with our families for a while, it's because we're speaking out. Please show them everything. Come, we're going to show you a Honduran woman who was beaten and hasn't been able to show her injuries. Show your injuries, ma'am. Come closer. Look at the injuries she received when she was beaten all over. She was unable to communicate with her family about the injuries as she was kept incommunicado in the moon. Lift your foot, lift your foot. No, lift your foot. She was in the moon, and no, she can't communicate with her family because they kept her incommunicado in the moon so that the injuries wouldn't be visible as the days went by. Where is Brisa, the lady whose finger was cut off? Brisa, come here, please.
They put the handcuffs on me, and now we are able to communicate. Look at all the bruises. Look at how they left me. Look, when I was arrested by ICE. I don't know if you can also see here on the part of the legs.
Raise it slightly.
The leg. Look at how they left me.
She is bruised and cannot communicate with her family to show them how her body is right now.
One of the people who took me out of the van grabbed me by the arm and left all these bruises on my arm. Look.
We also have the case of 3 pregnant women here in this room. One woman is 6 months pregnant and 2 others are not receiving the medical attention they need. Here she comes. Here comes Mrs. Brisa, a Mexican woman who had 2 fingers cut off. Let's help her so she can show it. Here she is. She hasn't been able to help here,
toes,
please.
obviously, but yeah.
No, let's show her. Come up, come up, come up, come up. Here is Brisa, who had her 2 fingers cut off. Show them. She doesn't know why they cut them off. No, we're here to help her because she needs... How many children do you have, Brisa? Please, how many children do you have? Exactly. She has 2 children in this country. Deported to Mexico, her fingers were severed. Lacking medical care, what's happening to her is inhumane. Here she is, and they don't deport her. Look, they didn't give her any explanation for why they cut off her finger. We need help because we have nothing. Expel her, Mexico. Because in this deportation case, they have her here. How long have you been here already? About 2. 4 weeks. She has been detained for about a month, waiting for her deportation, and now she has this disability. She wants her trusted doctor in Mexico. They have been here for over 67 days. 67 days. Anyone else to speak?
They really should.
Let's show Kelly as well. Kelly, the young woman I told you about, who only has 1 kidney, and she has kidney failure, and they don't give her the medicines she needs. She is the one. Look, I am going to show you her paperwork.
I have proof of my surgery. I only have 1 kidney.
No, they don't even take me out for tests or checkups.
They don't give me clean water, absolutely nothing. I filed a complaint and they don't pay any attention to my case. I have left kidney deficiency.
Besides that, the food they give us here is frozen food. I mean, for the health problem I have, for the medical problem I have, this kind of food is really not suitable for my health at all. They don't even take me to the clinic to get ultrasounds, and they don't take me to do anything for me at all.
Honestly, I feel desperate because I think at any moment, with everything I'm going through here, something could happen to me. Because they don't even give me medicine so I can manage my condition.
Many times it hurts when I urinate because, well, I have fluid retention and they just don't care about anything. They don't care.
Besides that, I was working and they treated us badly.
They made fun of us because we didn't know English very well. On top of that, they seemed to show favoritism to some people who spoke English and we didn't. And besides that, today they came and asked us if we were going to work, and since we said no, then they came and said they weren't going to give us any medicine.
In my case, they don't give me any medicine, they don't do any checkups, absolutely nothing. I had to wait a month and 2 weeks for my first court date. And yesterday, I completed 2 months in this place. I mean, with my physical condition, this is not a suitable place for me. The mattress where we sleep is very hard. Every day I wake up with kidney pain and they don't care about anything at all.
All right, well...
Sorry, I was just typing. The audio is AI. Sorry, I explained that at the beginning because it was all dubbed. There were no subtitles. So they were all speaking Spanish, but it was dubbed. But also, as far as I know, none of those women is being accused of a violent crime. The crime that they are being accused of, which for many of them is not even accurate, is that they're here illegally. They're here illegally. What does that mean?
That's what comes to mind for me first is like, look, even if they were in our prisons should do better than this, right?
Yeah.
But it's another layer when you're talking about people that actually aren't criminals in any sense other than they're here. They're not, stealing from the neighbors even, or there's nothing. So they're just people trying to better their family. And you're saying, we're going to put you basically in a little torture camp and not get you, and how are so many of them pregnant? Like you mentioned.
We talk about this all the time. Teenagers who've been here for over 9 months, who are pregnant and now have to be moved to a different facility for pregnant girls. There are worms in the water. They're using used underwear that's not clean. They don't have cleaning supplies. They're on beds that I am sure because they all, there were huge COVID outbreaks. There were the explosive diarrhea outbreaks. They're all sharing one toilet. Look what we do to, oh, you have to honor your servicemen, honor the troops. Look what we do to our military. We have them stuck out on a boat with like toilets that don't work, overflowing sewage running rampant, no soap, no food. That's what we do to our heroes. And these are people that the ICE Gestapo and our, leaders consider to be less than human. And so just think of how they are being treated.
And this is where your platform use matters. Like if you're AOC, how many people have the ability to highlight this stuff like you do since you had your moment? Like this should be, if you do nothing else, you should lock in on this because you're the poster child for the detention camps bad. That's you use that in your campaign to get elected.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it does. It's like fucking Nazi behavior, all of this, right? If you remember in, I think it was like 2018, there was the big outcry. That was when AOC did her, crying at the cages. And I mean, yes, I think that's just like the bottom line. And so all of a sudden, all of these images started being pushed out on social media of kids in cages, kids just lying in a big warehouse with, chicken wire in between them on the ground with those, silver, metal, whatever, like tarps over them. And then there was a plea from, I actually think it was from some of the pod boys, some of the people who had been in the Obama administration saying, you should take those down because these photos are from the Obama administration, period. There was also this outcry and a big report by The Intercept about forced hysterectomies of women in ICE cages. And that also, when people were pointing out, look what's happening under Trump, which is disgusting, the first cases that this same journalist had been interviewing and going back to sort of describe what happened were 2014 under Obama.
Right.
This is how we treat people. Like, look at what we do to people who don't want the Dakota Access Pipeline. Again, Obama. That might get in the way of capital, right? Just hosing them with those like fire hoses. And yeah, you see this and you're like, oh, this is how the IDF treats their prisoners. This is how you treat people who you think aren't real people. This is what Nazis do. This is what we did to Native American. I mean, by the way, we have ICE agents on Native American territories now, arresting them. Because it's not about, well, first of all, it shouldn't be anyway, but like this has nothing to do with if you're an immigrant or not, right? But
it just highlights to me, the problem with the electoral route is that imagine if AOC just never dropped her fighter spirit.
Yep.
Right? If she just kept highlighting all the problems all the way through with the Democratic Party. If she did nothing else, she doesn't change any electoral thing, but she just puts a camera and lens on the Democrats and what they're still backing. That would be so much more influential in changing electoral politics. But what we see time and time again is we get these leftists in there and they become just like, well, no, the best strategy is actually to work with them so we can get more of us, more people like me in the party. Like if she drew too much attention to this, it would be off-putting, which would hurt the DSA candidates coming up and that kind of stuff. And that vibe is a choice that is the wrong choice for the left. It's not, one Shama Sawant in AOC's position changes U.S. policy.
Yep. Because
20 AOCs doesn't do fuck all.
I mean, at all. What has changed? What has changed? Like in my whole life, what's changed when Democrats are in office or Republicans? Nothing. Nothing has changed. And, I think the blowback thing to me, and I know sometimes it either denies or obfuscates the fact that this is the torture, the genocide, every colonial imperialist, empire has been guilty of that. Certainly the US is what we're founded on. But like, we will never have the kind of liberation or true dignity, human dignity here if we don't practice it abroad. So I think, the blowback is just, for me, it's not so much that it's like what we do here, what we do abroad, that's who we are. That's just who we are. So blowback is just who we are. It's the way we conduct ourselves with people we feel we'd like to be a little more comfortable, and their lives are a sacrifice we're willing to make.
Yeah. Well, none of this is possible if you don't dehumanize immigrants, which is the Democratic Party dropped their defense of Hispanic people at the border. You know, I mean,
do not come.
Once they said, "Oh, we're tough on the crime too. We're tough on the border too. Don't look at us. We deported more people than Trump did. We're proud of that." You know, like once they leaned into that to try to win an election, they shot the movement in the foot, and they shot the hopes. This would not be allowed if we still had AOC on her fucking megaphone through the whole process. Is the point?
That is right. Yeah. They did the same thing to defund the police brutality. They did the same thing to the Me Too movement. They shut it all down. And like, once you see that is their whole use, that's their purpose. Because
that's the agenda.
Should not be happening. And nobody should be supporting, if you consider yourself at all on the left, supporting Jeffries.
Yeah, ridiculous. And if it's just a strategy thing, well, then you're the biggest useful idiot on earth, right?
Oh,
God. So maybe you're AOC and you're not complicit in this. You're not planning to undermine the left, but that's what you're being used for. So, if you're not smart enough to wake up to that fact by now,
yep,
you're useless to me. I don't care. Like, whatever.
There was this dad from preschool who was actually like a musician, and he had sort of like a rock and roll career where he was always like just about, but he also had this like beautiful children's song that still always makes me cry, and I really want to get him back. I haven't talked to him in years, but in 2019 we were both like on the Burning Man together, and at one point, before I was like as angry and also as sort of like aware as I am now, he said something about Elizabeth Warren, and this was early in 2019, being his enemy. And I was like, okay, that's kind of off-putting language. And I'm like, no. Yeah, she's our fucking enemy. Like, of course she is. I know that now. It's like 7 or 8 years since he said that to me. But like, once you understand that, it actually makes it so much easier. These people they hate us. You would not allow 114,000 people to die because they don't have health care in your country if they didn't think that we were worthless. You don't allow a genocide if you don't think that Palestinians are kind of worth it or not worth it or whatever, however you want to phrase it. Like, they are despicable. They're despicable, and they hate all of us.
Yeah, and I think the system is just, and the news and the both political parties, everything is framed about electoral harm, not what's good for people, not what's the right thing. It's never any of that. It's just like what will get more Democrats elected or what will get more Republicans elected. And that's our ongoing, that's CNN 24/7 is like, how does this affect the election?
Horse race.
It's all an election.
Who cares? Like, does it matter? Like, I remember somebody saying, in 2024, like one of the parents in the baseball stands when I was there was like, oh, maybe we'll get Liz Cheney to come on our side. I was like, what? our side. That's not my side. Like, what does that help? It's like the Lincoln Project. All they did, along with Clinton, obviously, was just make the Democratic Party into the Republican Party. Like, that's all. So doesn't matter if those people win.
Yeah, that reminds me, you know, there's this push. I mean, look, we got to get rid of flock everywhere. The public is totally behind that. But there's this conspiracy, but it's probably not a conspiracy, that some of Trump's alternatives to flock are being pushed instead, and they're actually funding.
Yeah.
Right. So they're funding a lot of this anti-flock stuff in an effort to grab the business themselves, which is happening, which reminded me that the Lincoln Project, one of their main guys, put out a whole video. He's doing like our shtick about like, hey, cut off here's how you could cut off a flock camera in Minecraft kind of vibe, you know. And it's like, okay, you're clearly the guy working for Trump here, or working for the business replacing flock, because that's that's such a weird position to take if you're the Lincoln Project.
I totally agree. I'm sorry. I know. I mean, it's terrifying. It's just terrifying. And that whatever meme of like, you're closer to being homeless than you are to being a millionaire.
That fits 100%. Everyone. I mean, like, good Lord.
Yeah. All right. We should have something cheerful before we go out, right? Oh, yeah. Is the run still here? The runs, are you here? Because this is a very short clip, but I watch it quite a bit because I just think it's so funny, even though I'm not a beer drinker. This is a masterful beer carry. Just fun. That talent. She's going to spill a drop. That's got to be AI, right? Oh, there she's going. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay, but let's show some other fun things.
I need her in my life. That's all I'm saying. Wifey material. That's wifey material. All right. What do we got?
All right. I don't know. Maybe pups are the kind of sweet things. Is that what you're thinking? Or are you thinking?
Yeah. How about
a Lego? Yeah. What?
Dog fails.
Okay.
Let's just go animals on the way out. We have a good cheers, so we'll be political again for cheers when we come. I mean, OGT when we come back.
Big happy guy, or just a happy guy, or just a look at that happy.
Bark if I have a fat ass.
I think you really gotta go.
Pew!
Wait, that could break his back.
He committed to the bit. I respect that. Good job.
That was really cute. Those are cute. Dogs are adorable. They are adorable. All right. I guess that's it. I don't feel happier than I did before, but I did really enjoy spending this time with everybody. But I am just so angry. I am so angry.
We should be angry. That's okay. But be happy sometimes between being angry.
Yes,
that's all.
I am.
100%.
100%. We will be back tomorrow at 6. We're going to talk a little bit about climate stuff going on, and the Trump administration, as bad as Biden was, and the fracking. We're not adverse to fracking anymore, and Obama talking about how we export more oil than ever before, to be proud of that, and maybe we'll be at 3 degrees Celsius, whatever. Anyway, we will be back tomorrow at 6 to talk about that and other fun stuff. In the meantime, here is to the 7 people who were just, is it 7? 7 Palestine action defendants in the latest Filton 25 trial who the jury just refused to convict.
Yeah, and they went in and like destroyed some
yeah. It was direct action. They smashed. They went into Elbit. We've shown video of it, but they like smashed different machinery in Elbit. Manufacturing.
Weapons manufacturing business. Yeah. So they did some actual destruction.
Yeah.
And the jury would not find them guilty. Chef's kiss. This is what we need in democracy. I mean, not that we have one, but amazing for these guys and a good sign that the left gets a win here.
Who were conscripted as terrorists. Palestine Action is being termed a terrorist organization for trying to stop a genocide. So it is an amazing victory, and they are absolute heroes.
Damn right. See you guys tomorrow.
Cheers. Keep punching up.
Support. We have a result for the trial. And in respect of all the defendants here with us today, so that is for Maddie, Hannah, T, Ian, Ola, Yulia, and Will. The jury have refused